All right, today I want to talk about Genitourinary Syndrome of Lactation. This is basically for every new mom-to-be, breastfeeding women out there. The reason why I wanted to talk about this is because this is a very common thing for that population of women, and not a lot of doctors know about this. Not a lot of doctors talk about it, and even when the patients try to bring it up, it is poorly recognized because all of this doctors are not really very well trained on it. I would say that I would include myself there. I had no idea about this. It is very recent, not the symptoms and the disease. What is recent is when they actually named the whole syndrome. It was named in 2024. And yes, that is less than a year ago. That is incredible. It is very recent. Since then, I feel like, yes, a lot more people are being trained on this, and there's a lot more awareness in social media. We have this incredible doctors talking about it this whole time, even though I feel like we're talking about genitourinary syndrome of menopause a lot more, probably because lactation period and that postpartum period is short. They last a year, and I feel like almost women just go through with it and just push through, and it's almost like forgotten. But it is really important, and I want all of us women to know about this and to be able to recognize it, and if their physicians or providers cannot recognize it, then push them and let them know and inform them and teach them about GSL. So basically, what is GSL? GSL is what happens after your hormones decide to drop after delivery. During pregnancy, estrogen levels are really high, and when you deliver your baby, just estrogen levels go really low really quickly, and that on its own will cause all of the changes in your downstairs vaginal vulvar tissues, where they start thinning out, they start getting drier and irritable, itching, burning. All of the symptoms of GSL start after estrogen kind of goes low. Why is this worse in postpartum? It's because once you have a baby, your body has to make milk, breast milk. What it does is that it kicks this other hormone called prolactin into gear, and prolactin is kind of like the bully of the other hormones. It makes the whole system kind of like shut down. Your estrogen goes really low, even your testosterone goes low, and it starts producing breast milk, and your downstairs gets really dry and uncomfortable. So we kind of need it to make breast milk, but you're gonna start getting all the symptoms, and it's important for people to recognize it. Basically, you start having all the symptoms that a menopausal woman would have, which is arousal and pain with intercourse, even in some cases. Yes, it can be very uncomfortable. The treatment, if you have seen, if not, go see my GSM video. I talk about how estrogen and androgens work together to maintain that tissue healthy in their own separate ways and how they do it together. But I just wanted to make a video just for GSL because I don't feel like we talk enough about this. What is the treatment for GSL? It's just like menopause treatment. The hero of the story is going to be vaginal estrogen. Yes, vaginal estrogen, even when you're breastfeeding. Vaginal estrogen, it is topical, doesn't get absorbed systemically, and it won't cause any changes on your breast milk, and it won't be absorbed into the bloodstream. Studies in breastfeeding women show no significant increase of estrogen in the bloodstream when using vaginal estrogen. None. That means that the hormone stays local, right where it's needed, and it does not raise estrogen levels, as I said, and it does not affect your milk. Most women and provider might not be aware of this and have not been told about it. It is kind of your job to tell your provider if they have not recognized it and you see this video. It is very treatable. It is not just because you are pregnant or just because you had a baby. It is not normal, and you deserve the correct treatment for this. Why I am so passionate about this is because I had GSL after I had my second kiddo. Was worse. And if you guys drop a few comments here, I might be brave enough to make another video with a whole story, how I dealt with it. And at that time, it was 2019, so the term GSL didn't even exist. But that is a conversation for a different day. If you like this, if this taught you something, please hit the like button and follow. And we'll see you guys on the next one.